Things aren't always the way they seem. Take Robert Fulton, the man they say invented the steamboat. Make no mistake, Robert Fulton was one of the most notable names in our country's early years because he revolutionized transportation with the famous 1807 voyage of his steamboat Clermont up the Hudson River. Fulton was still a famous name in 1853 because the Georgia Legislature put it on a new county, one of the first not named for a war hero or a politician. It is now the county that contains Atlanta, the state capital and largest city. But some might be wondering what those legislators were thinking. One of them was Salem Dutcher, who said Augusta's William Longstreet was actually the inventor of the steamboat. And the legislators should have known that because they gave him a license to operate here on the Savannah River in 1788. By most accounts, it appears Longstreet truly did get to work and eventually had a steamboat plying the Savannah River near Augusta at least a year before Fulton and his Clermont made a more noticed voyage in New York. In an article for the Augusta Chronicle more than a century ago, Dutcher confidently wrote, "One thing in the history of steam navigation is perfectly well established, and that is that in 1788, William Longstreet of Georgia had conceived the idea of the steamboat and either before or about contemporaneously with the famous trip of the Clermont, by the mighty agency of steam, made a vessel walk the water like a thing of life." Yes, they really used to talk that way. But if Longstreet was first, why isn't he famous? Dutcher suggested that Fulton cheated. He believed that Longstreet's years of experimentation and public demonstration had put forth ideas that Fulton successfully copied and used for his own. Fulton had superior financial backing as well as what we would call today better marketing. Now that's what historians now mostly believe. They say Fulton didn't really invent the steamboat, he just promoted it well. They compare him to Henry Ford, who didn't invent the automobile, but sure figured out how to make a lot of them and get a lot of attention doing it. As for Fulton getting too much credit, well, maybe that's not what it seems either. You see, everyone always assumes Georgia's most populated county is named for Robert Fulton. Some believe the real honoree was Hamilton Fulton, the man who surveyed a railroad route into the Georgia forests that eventually turned an obscure railroad terminus into Atlanta, the South's most dynamic city. Hamilton Fulton just never got any credit. Maybe that's something William Longstreet could tell him about.